Offensively, we had, I think, 4 turnovers, if you count the muff punt, and we gave the defense a short field a lot of times. And anytime you're in offense and you get a short field, it's a lot easier to score, put points on the board.
Cody, where's your head right now?
I'm embarrassed, disgusted. It's going to hurt just knowing that going out senior night, it was an embarrassment for all the stuff that we had to play for. But the good news is we're playing for probably the biggest game of the year. Trying to get that cannon back and going down to Las Vegas. So we're excited about that.
You guys have dropped into a lot of holes this year at Mackey and been able to come back. Did you feel like the comeback is coming?
Yeah, I think it started second half, rah-rah in the locker room, and we go out there and first play, I think we fumbled it, and they got a short field, so just kind of took the life out of us. And anytime, like I said, you turn the ball over and give them a short field to score, it's going to be tough to win games like that.
How were the emotions coming up after the celebration before the game? Do you feel like that led to some of the turnovers?
No, I think we did a really good job of, at least the seniors did. It was emotional, yes, but we still had a lot more games to play. And we knew that. We knew it wasn't just our last game. So I think the seniors did a good job of handling that. I think we just didn't show up today, and it's sad that we played for everything and obviously didn't play our best football.
You popped a couple of pretty nice 3-option runs. Did they change how they were defending that?
Yeah, so after a couple of those runs, they started putting 2 guys on me, and it was a lot harder to run the ball. So, obviously with Joey Engelmeyer going down and, having some offensive linemen who've never played a snap before in there against a defense that likes to junk it up and likes to bring blitzes from all over the place, it was pretty tough for those guys to go in there. But they competed, and, my hat's off to them.
When you're interior, when it got banged up, did you see them bring in more pressure and trying to protect those guys and was it like
Yeah,
this?
I think they just knew that we were going to have to throw the ball to win it, and they were just coming after us. 92 is a really good player. Their whole defense does a great job of just mixing things up and disguising, and they did an awesome job tonight.
Anything else, Cody? Did you get a sense this week that everything was fine and normal? This wasn't like too big a stage. This was the first time you guys really played for something.
I think we had, hands down, our best week of practice, and I don't think, you ask any coach, any player, we had one of our best practices. We just, came out here and didn't show what Nevada football is about. Obviously playing for everything, it's embarrassing and disgusting, like I said.
Is this one, can you compare this one to UNLV last year?
It's hard, especially senior night, knowing it's your last game in Mackey, and you got a 40-20, essentially a blowout as your senior night. It's, like I said, embarrassing.
All right, we stunk. We stunk in all 3 phases, a fourth if you count the coaches, and it starts with us. We got our butts beat. I'm incredibly disappointed by it. We got, like I said, we got outplayed in every phase. So, we got to get it fixed, and because we don't have time to waste, we got to go down to Vegas and try and get the cannon back, and then hopefully, if we do that, we'll find ourselves in a bowl game. But I am embarrassed. I told the team in the locker room this is the first time all year I've been embarrassed. I've been disappointed. There have been times that we had chances to win games and we didn't make enough plays, but this is the first time this year I've been embarrassed. It starts with me. I've got to do a better job. Clearly, I didn't do something right because we were not ready to play tonight. The nuts and bolts of it, if you want to really, if you want to pick at it, obviously we did not take care of the football. A major swing in the game was when it had become a 21-20 game, and we kick off and rip the ball out, and then we turned it right back over. We didn't stop them defensively. We didn't do anything in the second half. Offensively, I thought the kicking game stunk. we miss a field goal, we miss an extra point, we don't cover kicks, we muff a punt, you name it. I mean, it was go ahead and go down the list. And while we have been far, far from perfect this year, we have always competed. We've always shown resiliency and guts, and we did not do that tonight. We lost our cool. We had too many penalties. It was just a bad showing all around. So, what else do you say? It stunk. We have to own it. We got to get it fixed, and we got to move on. And that's really what it comes down to.
You guys have played really well in the second half. Not a lot of goals. Was it just, the turnover on the first play in the second half, and then losing next time you touch the ball and turnover?
Yeah, I mean, you can't overcome 4 turnovers. I mean, we get a chunk play, first play of the second half, and they knock the ball out. Give them credit. They played well. They've been playing much better over the last couple of weeks than they're playing better, and they caused the turnovers, and that was too much to overcome. Way too much to overcome.
What changed after Cody broke off those 2 big touchdown runs?
If I knew I could, I wouldn't have let it happen. Turnovers. Turnovers. The injury to Engelmeyer hurt us badly. With Corey already down, we couldn't afford to lose a guard, and then we lost one. And when we lost Engelmeyer, then Taylor Evans and Goldtree played their first football of the season. And when you're putting offensive linemen in and they're playing their first football of the season in November, it's not good, but that's not an excuse. I mean, we didn't have Charles Garrett. We didn't have Matt Lyons. We were a beat-up football team. But so is everybody on November 22nd. You got to find a way to overcome it. And we simply did not. When you go into a game, you talk about the things that you got to do to win, and then there are the things that you have to avoid that cause losing. And everything that causes losing, we did tonight. We turned it over. We had penalties. We had multiple busted assignments on defense where guys couldn't even get lined up. And what I need to help this team understand is, you can't skip class and then expect to play great. You got to be right in every phase of your life. And unfortunately, the ones that keep busting for us happen to be the ones that can't get straight in all phases of their lives. And until we grow up collectively and figure that out, we're gonna stay average. And I don't want to stay average. But unfortunately, tonight that's what we did.
You guys, do you have a sense that anything like this was even possible after beating Washington State, pushing Arizona to the limit, winning some of those games?
Anything's possible. I mean, I don't think about it that way. Did I expect to play this way? No, of course not. I thought we had a really good week of practice, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, I really thought we practiced well. For some reason, we didn't put it together tonight. I don't think it was because it was senior night. I don't think anybody puckered up because of what was at stake. I think we just made mistakes, dropped balls. I mean,
it was the first time you guys really played for something.
No, I don't believe that. I mean, every game matters a ton. I mean, are we to say that because there was stuff at stake today that all of a sudden this game mattered more than Washington State? I mean, we pour our hearts out into this stuff. We stunk tonight. We stunk. If this is the first game since I've been here that mattered, then why am I on the verge of a stroke? They all matter. They all mean the world to us. This one just had some ramifications.
You don't think those ramifications had an extra factor or affected how you guys?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, we certainly didn't beat anybody over the head about it this week. Frankly, didn't talk about it very much. Guys knew. We said to go play. We got outplayed. You can't tell me that we didn't prepare. We had a great week of practice. We stunk. We laid an egg. It happens. Unfortunately, it happened to us tonight. Explain to me how that team got boat raced by Wyoming. It's one of those nights. Unfortunately, we had one of those nights. Because if that's a really good football team, the quarterback played good. They pressured us on defense. We didn't make any plays.
Can you put your finger on why pass defense hasn't gotten better as the season's gone on?
We're not getting to the quarterback enough. You know, and frankly, we're obviously Charles not being out there. There are times I feel like we don't challenge people enough, but I mean, like tonight's a great example. You know, we have them in 3rd and long. They throw a check down, and we're breaking on the ball, and we trip. I mean, just we're a half step away, and we've got to find a way to make those plays.
And I imagine the helmet, but probably the two most disappointing games.
Oh, some fan just yelled at me, get rid of the chrome helmets. It's got nothing to do with helmets. Yeah, that's nonsense. If we're really going to talk about that, I mean, it's not the helmets.
The seniors, I mean, this has been a lot of people. I mean, you see them go out like this in the last year and a half.
I'm frustrated with everybody right now, including the seniors and including the coaches, starting with myself. I mean, I want better for them, obviously, but, you know, we weren't a victim tonight. We were our own worst enemy. So how are you sympathetic when we created our own problems? I mean, we have to own this now. It's not like we were the victim of bad luck. This is not Colorado State where you get a call at the end that affects the game. I mean, we got our butts kicked. We got nobody to blame but ourselves, seniors included, starting with the coaches. The reality of it is the only thing we can do about it is come in tomorrow, be really honest about what we see, get it corrected, and go compete our tails off down in Las Vegas and try and bring the cannon home.
Was it helpful that that's the next game? I mean, you guys obviously shot at the title that hurts, but to be able to tell them, they know.
If I got to preach to get up for this one, then we got issues. I mean, the reality of it is we have the ability to go down and play our in-state rival, a game that matters a great deal to our alums and the people in Northern Nevada. We got to try and bring the cannon home. And then that will if we can do that, that'll put us at 7-5, and we should end up with a bowl opportunity, which those are special. Not everybody gets to play in a bowl game in their career, and we got a chance to still do that.
Just do a quick little housekeeping thing. Hassan and Teray, are they both done for the year now?
Teray is done for the year. Hassan is most likely done for the year. I mean, we're a beat-up football team right now. Again, we can't use it as an excuse, but we are a shell of ourselves. And when you go back to say, you know, why can you beat Washington State and then play like this tonight? We're not whole right now by any stretch of the imagination. That is a part of it. That's not the excuse, but that certainly is a part of it.
It seemed like the defense was pretty worn down. I mean, I think 45 plays in the first half because of those turnovers and coming off the forced game that was a hard-hitting physical game. I mean, we just seen them.
I mean, there are complimentary wins. This was a complimentary loss. I don't put this on any one phase of the football game. I mean, the defensively tonight, we did not obviously do enough, but offensively, we didn't do a thing to help the defense. We didn't sustain any drives. We put them back on the field a bunch of times. Sudden change. Just everybody stunk tonight, starting with me. So there's no sense belaboring the point. All we can do is control what's in front of us, and that will be starting tomorrow morning very early.
You know, kind of speechless, heartbroken, disappointed. I mean, there was a lot at stake this game, and you know, coming out and playing how we played was just disappointing. That's all you can really say.
Was it too much at stake? Was this the first time you guys really kind of had to say, man, if we win this one, we get a lot out of it?
No. I mean, you look at the guys who, you know, the starters, we've played in big games before. You know, this was just one of those times where we had to perform and we didn't. And right now I can't tell you what it was. After I watch film tomorrow, I'll let you know. But,
Is it going to hurt you that this is your last memory at State?
I mean, it will. But, as seniors, we've talked, we just have to be positive about this. We got to remember the good times, not the bad. I mean, does losing on senior day like this hurt? Absolutely. We were heartbroken. But we're going to remember the good times that we've had here, and we still have a lot of ball left to play. So we're just going to, bury the tape tomorrow and move on.
You haven't made those second half pushes. Do you feel like that was coming? Never happened?
I mean, I felt, we had energy on defense. We had energy on offense. We were just waiting for someone to make a big play, some momentum to just pick up somewhere. And it just never came because, during that second half in the fourth quarter for our team, it's just the little things that all of a sudden we just start clicking and everything works, and all of a sudden all the pistons are firing at the same time, and, we shut teams out and we score points in the fourth quarter, and tonight just wasn't working.
How big were the turnovers, the pick just before the half, Cody threw, and then also the first play of the second half?
Of course they're big, but defensively, I mean, that's no excuse. We have to, pick the offense up and go get a stop, and we couldn't do that. So, I mean, that's on us just as much as it is them. We're prepared for situations like that, and we need to perform, and we didn't.
Do you think this team won't have any problems or issues getting ready for next week?
No. I feel like the point that the seniors are going to make to this team on what we need to do from here on out that we're going to address tomorrow, I think that'll handle it. I think people have seen the look on, most of our faces after that game, walking off that field into that locker room, that, Nevada football is important to us. And we care about this team and we love this program. And this is not how we want to go out. So, we're going to get it right. We're going to come out next week. We're going to get the cannon back and go to a bowl game.
Throughout the week, I thought we was humming. Offense and defense, special teams. Throughout practice, it was great. We had a great feeling going throughout practice there, and unfortunately, we laid an egg out there. I'm more disappointed in myself than the whole defense as a whole. I didn't do a good job leading this defense, creating enough turnovers. So we're gonna get right. We're gonna come back in tomorrow, face the reality, and just get ready for Vegas.
Coach might not have talked about how big this game was. You guys knew, what was at stake. Do you feel like pressure played, any role?
No, I don't think it was the pressure. I think we made too many mistakes. And you can see, turnovers, not forcing turnovers, letting guys get wide open. That caused us to lose the game. It wasn't the pressure.
Are you surprised, I guess, that you guys have struggled so much on pass defense, especially given the start you guys had, against Washington State, and, really did well against Arizona, I thought, too, for the most part?
I'm a little surprised. But at the same time, it's like we just got to fix things, come back in tomorrow and just work on everything we need to work on. I guarantee next week we're going to be right.
Does it help the next game, you guys lost something, tonight, is there something
I mean, yeah, it helps. It's a big rivalry. And, losing to Cannon last year, it creates more of a fire in our belly to go down there in Vegas, take the Cannon and bring back home.